During the 1980s, when MTV's pop revolution was at its peak, there were few images that left a lasting impression on people's minds like Susanna Hoffs' flirtatious sideways glance in the Bangles' famous music video, Walk Like an Egyptian. Her tousled hair, pouty lips, and girl-next-door charm instantly made her a sex symbol. Today, at 64, Hoffs still manages to captivate her fans with her timeless beauty and artistic spirit. She's made a remarkable career comeback by writing a novel, collaborating with music legends, and breaking down stereotypes about women in rock. Join Facts First as we present Susanna Hoffs Left Little to the Imagination. See her now. The Rise of the Bangles. In the early 80s, the LA music scene was primed for a fresh new sound and image. Enter Susanna Hoffs, a recent UC Berkeley art graduate with a passion for 1960s rock and a desire to form an all-female band. Hoffs took the unconventional step of placing an ad in The Recycler, a local classifieds paper, seeking bandmates. The bold move paid off when she connected with sisters Vicky and Debbie Peterson, who had previously played together. Originally going by the name The Bangs, a cheeky reference to a 1960s hairstyle, the quartet began honing their jangly, guitar-driven sound influenced by bands like the Byrds and the Hollies. Hoffs' bright lead vocals combined with the Petersons' tight harmonies and gave them a sonic signature steeped in 60s folk rock revivalism, but with a contemporary Southern California sheen. With Hoffs on rhythm guitar and lead vocals, Vicky on lead guitar, Debbie on drums, and Annette Zielinskis on bass, the group quickly developed a devoted following among LA youth. Their loyal fan base was predominantly made up of male admirers mesmerized by Hoffs' pouty looks. After changing their name to the Bangles to avoid legal issues, the band caught the attention of Miles Copeland, brother of the Police's Stuart Copeland and founder of IRS Records. Impressed by their vibe and their understanding of rock's roots, he signed them to his Faulty Products label, which was later absorbed by Columbia Records. The Bangles' 1984 debut album, All Over the Place, earned rapturous reviews praising their authentic retro sound and dedication to their crafts as singers, songwriters, and multi-instrumentalists. But it failed to make a major commercial dent. It was 1986's Different Light that launched the Bangles into the stratosphere of mainstream pop success. Led by the irresistible Prince-penned single Manic Monday, the album's ubiquitous accompanying music videos displayed Hoffs' undeniable magnetism and instantly iconic persona. Her flirtatious sideways glance in Walk Like an Egyptian became one of the most memorable pop culture moments of the decade. The Bangles capitalized on their massive momentum and delivered their biggest album in 1988's Everything, spawning two gigantic singles co-written by Hoffs and the pop-writing duo Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly, the sultry top 10 hit In Your Room, and international #1 smash Eternal Flame. The record cemented the Bangles as household names around the world. Solo endeavors and personal life. As the Bangles' popularity soared to new heights with their smash 1988 album, tensions within the group also began to mount. Much of the resentment stemmed from the perception that Susanna Hoffs was being prioritized and marketed as the de facto leader and public face of the band. While all four members contributed lead vocals, Hoffs' photogenic looks and undeniable screen presence made her a natural focal point for music videos and media appearances. This internal friction, combined with the relentless grind of touring and pressures of following up their massive success, ultimately led the Bangles to dissolve in 1989. Hoffs seized the opportunity to explore other creative avenues, beginning with a foray into acting, with roles in films like 1987's The All-Nighter, directed by her mother, Tamar Simon Hoffs. While the coming-of-age comedy failed to make waves, it allowed Hoffs to flex her skills on the big screen. Her proper solo musical debut came in 1991 with the album When You're a Boy. While led by the top 40 hit My Side of the Bed, the record struggled to replicate her Bangles-era commercial success. Her follow-up, Susanna Hoffs, in 1996, also underperformed, leading her to take a step back from the industry limelight for a few years. It was during this period that Hoffs' personal life underwent a significant transition when she met filmmaker Jay Roach on a blind date in 1991. The two clicked instantly, and they married in 1993, allowing Hoffs to plant permanent roots in LA. She and Roach welcomed two sons, Jackson and Sam, in the mid-90s. As the Hoffs settled into marriage and motherhood, she continued exploring diverse artistic avenues. She formed the quirky 1960s-inspired musical trio Ming T with Mike Myers and Matthew Sweet, appearing memorably in all 3 Austin Powers films. She also began writing songs for other artists and lent her distinctive vocals to albums by Rufus Wainwright, Travis, and the Lilith Fair Ensemble. The Bangles Reunite. As the 90s drew to a close, Susanna found herself at a crossroads. Her solo musical endeavors had failed to recapture the meteoric success of her Bangles era, and she was embracing new roles as a wife, mother, and artistic collaborator on unique side projects. It was her husband, filmmaker Jay Roach, who played a pivotal role in catalyzing the Bangles' reunion and return to the spotlight. In 1999, Roach extended an enticing offer. He wanted the iconic all-female band to record a new song for the upcoming sequel to his hit comedy Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Recognizing this as an opportunity to revive their cultural relevance, Hoffs reached out to her former bandmates. To her delight, they agreed. The recording of Get the Girl kicked off a remarkably smooth reunion process, with the group's classic chemistry seeming intact. Building off that positive momentum, the Bangles announced plans to reunite officially for tours and a new album. But there was a distinct shift in dynamics from their late 80s heyday. Lessons had been learned from the tensions that contributed to the initial breakup. This time around, there was a conscious effort to recalibrate the band's public persona and highlight their egalitarian structure free of a designated frontwoman. While Hoffs' photogenic looks still drew attention, she assumed more of a supporting role, allowing each member to share lead vocals and the spotlight. An enduring icon. As Susanna enters her mid-60s, her status as an enduring icon seems more secure than ever. In many ways, the singer-songwriter-guitarist has only grown more revered and appreciated with age and the passing decades. Her ageless beauty and confidence continue to captivate, but there's a deeper artistic credibility that has solidified her legacy. The once sexiest woman in rock has gracefully evolved into a respected Renaissance woman, an author, actress, musician's musician, and perhaps above all, a trailblazer who helped upend assumptions about female performers. The Bangles' slouchy bohemian style and decidedly non-manufactured, no-gimmicks approach was a stark contrast to many of their 1980s pop contemporaries. Hoff and her bandmates were serious artists and musicians first, armed with formidable songwriting chops, instrumental talents, and a keen understanding of rock's rich history and influences. While they perfectly embodied the bright aesthetics of the era's MTV airwaves, the Bangles' credibility and cool factor existed on a deeper level. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite memory of the Bangles? Let us know in the comment section below.